Here we go.
BK, how you doing, man?
Andy Pascoe, glad to have you with us today.
Great to be here, man.
We got
Appreciate it.
him. Skipper, Western Illinois University, the Leathernecks. One heck of a name. I love that mascot name, by the way.
It's got to be one of the best in the NCAA, right?
We need to just start right there, and you just got to tell me, like, what is a Leatherneck?
So for the longest time in my years playing and coaching, I thought Leatherneck was another name for a bulldog because the mascot's a bulldog, but it's actually it's a Marine. It comes from back early 1900s when Western Illinois was a huge military school. And it was one of the last ones in Illinois, and that's how it kind of got the term was for the mascot was because it's another name for a Marine. I
So
think it's awesome.
got it. So the Marines were coined the term Leathernecks, and it stuck with WIU. I love the name. I mean,
Yeah,
what a gritty, tough name. Like, I'd love to be
yeah.
a Leatherneck.
It when I found that out, it kind of got me a little more pumped up. That's for sure.
And they wear the purple. I feel like they should have been wearing, like, army green or something.
I know. That's why we got to get one of those camo hats in here. I
We'll
love
get one. We'll send one your way. We'll replace that gray and black one. I got you. All right. So let's let everybody out there know a little bit about you as a guy, as a coach. So Andy came to WIU from Butler. He helped them reach their first Big East Conference tourney, and they finished 34-20. Before that, he spent 5 years coaching at the alma mater where you played, Evansville. And I think you were a catcher. You played infield. You DH'd. So you did all kinds of stuff there, which probably sets you up pretty dang good to be a head coach because you know a lot about a lot of positions.
Yeah, I like to think I do, but a lot of good coaches they always talk about you're never done learning. So that's I try to take that every single day, learn something new every single day, and continue that process.
I mean, and that's the mindset you got to kind of have right now, right? Like we're sitting at home. What a great time to learn about stuff.
Yeah, it's really easy to fall into that trap right now of just being negative with everything, and at first I thought I was going to fall into that trap, but you know what? It's all about finding the positives and everything. That's what I've really tried to do as a coach, and I wish I would have known that as a player too. But during this time, I've just tried to find different ways to learn new things. Continue to build upon things I already have known throughout the years. But it just kind of goes into that whole process of being positive. I've really tried to instill in our guys too.
Yeah, I mean, and thinking about that, knowing baseball, like it's a sport of failure. Like you got to learn to deal with that. And I mean, in this time, like your players got to stay motivated. You're staying motivated. What a tough year for a guy who takes over a program and then rolls in. You didn't even get a home game this year because you were on the road so much. And
Mm-hmm.
then the season's over. So, like, talk a little bit about that, the craziest year I've ever seen, and like what you guys are doing.
Yeah, so it was pretty interesting coming into the fall a little bit late, going through that whole process. Really getting to know my team throughout those first few months, and then boom, next thing you know, we're playing up against one of the best teams in the country in Tennessee.
Yep.
But it was a fun process. Yeah, we didn't win a game in our first 13 games, but I think going into next year, I know I personally learned a lot. Um, just as far as how to go about different things as a head coach, and that's as tough as it can be, and as much flack as I get from a lot of friends from back home. They always give me a hard time. Oh, you haven't won a game yet in your first season, just because it got cut short.
That's
But
right.
at the same time, it's I learned a lot, and it'll only prepare myself as a coach, and hopefully prepare our guys going into next year and to really build upon it.
Yeah, and it's motivation, right? Like, dude, it's adversity. You're on the road, 13 games. It's not easy going on the road for that much, and you know, not winning a game, trying to get your first collegiate head coaching win, like that would. I mean, you're probably fired up to get in next year. And like you said, there's things that you're not going to have to worry about as much for next year because you got to experience a little bit of that this season.
Yeah, and that's what we've tried to tell our freshmen too. Is you got a little bit of a taste of college baseball, and guess what? You get to be a freshman all over again. You got 4 years left under your belt. So, yeah, we had a really tough go at it, and we played a tough schedule.
You
But
did.
I'm very,
Talk about where you guys went, because you guys traveled. I mean, you're playing SEC schools. Like, who'd you play?
so we opened up at Tennessee, which they didn't get a lot of credit this year, especially going into the season. But they were good. They were really good. They were balanced, from top to bottom. And it was a tough matchup. Um, then with some of the injuries we ran into, it kind of made it tough, throughout the next few weeks. But everybody deals with that.
Yeah.
And our guys were. It's unfortunate that season ended when it did because we were starting to kind of hit our stride a little bit. After Tennessee, we played up against Butler over at Grand Park in Indianapolis, and
You had to go
that
back
was
and coach against them.
yeah, it's kind of interesting. It was very fun, but it was kind of nerve wracking at the same time. But that whole process was kind of interesting in itself. We were supposed to go down to Jackson, Mississippi for a tournament. That got canceled because of flooding. So we scrambled and ended up going to Butler because their tournament down at UNC Wilmington ended up getting canceled because of snow. And so just wild events going
What a
on there.
year.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then we go play Memphis, who's pretty solid. They had one of the better hitters I've seen in their catcher. And then we got to play Missouri the fourth weekend. That was, our guys played really well that weekend. Some of the best baseball we played up until that point. And then for the season to be cut short, it was pretty unfortunate because we were kind of starting to hit our stride a little bit, figure out who we are as a team. And some of the younger guys and new guys were getting seasoned. So it was going to be exciting. And then, boom, that blow from everything going on.
That's right. Well, and yeah, I mean, I guess, at the end of the day, you got to, take the positive out of it. And it's almost like you're getting a rain check season. Guys can, I guess, come back for another year, like you got experience under your belt. How do you keep that little bit of motivation you've got and experience and get it better going into 21? Like, are there certain things that you guys are working on right now to, excel when you come back?
Well, a lot of it is, because we can't work with our guys. It's really just giving our guys as much information as we can, and letting them run with it. We're pretty fortunate here. We have a really good group of guys who really work hard, and do a lot of things on their own. You see a lot of guys in the cages on their own here, as far as hitters and pitchers doing their work. So we know we're confident in our guys that they're doing stuff on their own, whether it be finding different kinds of weights to lift. I know one of our guys built, his own weight rack, and you see guys post all over Twitter, and he sent a picture to our group, and it was, just those little things that we know our guys are working. So we just try to provide as much information for them as possible, and let them kind of run with it, and if let them be independent, because I think that's important, and it kind of goes through all aspects of the game, and really developing as a college athlete is, allowing them to decipher different things and figure out what works for them, from a development standpoint, and letting them run with it because each person's a little bit different as an athlete, as a player, so they got to find what works for them and run with it.
That's right. So all right. So, you're the new head coach. It's your program. What are you looking in terms of a player? What is it that you look for? What makes a good leatherneck baseball player? What are you trying to find?
Biggest thing I look at is how they are as a person. I want good people here, and that's what we really want as a program. We want good people, off the field who are going to excel in the classroom, but also, who are going to excel in different things such as community service. I really pride our program and guys getting out there for community service, doing different things like that. But then from there, after all that stuff off the field, being good people, being good students, we look for good athletes. And I think that's everybody across the country is what they're looking for. But then that mental toughness and that competitiveness too. It's something that we really try to instill in our guys. So we really try to, in the recruiting process, are going to be looking for that moving forward.
Do you like the kids who play like football, soccer, basketball, and baseball? Are those like?
Yeah, absolutely. The multi-sport athletes, it just shows that they tend to be a little bit more athletic, and there's nothing wrong with a guy coming in who only played baseball in high school. That's part of it, But seeing these multi-sport guys, it's really fun to see. And I'll tell you what, one of my favorite non-baseball athletes to recruit, multi-sport guys, from the sport of hockey, because that takes a lot of toughness, a lot of hand-eye coordination, a lot of athleticism.
Absolutely.
Growing up in northern Michigan, where hockey is just the sport up there, you kind of learn that in order to play hockey, you got to be tough. That's one thing that with our guys, with what we try to instill them with toughness, both mentally and physically. Hockey players have that, so we love seeing multi-sport guys, especially hockey players.
The other thing I was just thinking of is here we are. We're sitting here. You're in Illinois. I'm in California. We're on Instagram, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
how important is it for these young kids as teenagers and even kids that are on your team in college to like have control over like what they're posting on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram? Like, this is a different world that we live in, right? Like when you and I played, it was a long time ago. Now kids have this type of stuff. They've got to control this, and like they've got to. You're looking for good people, so you can you can tell a lot about a kid by their social media.
Oh, for sure, and that's what we try to tell our guys too. Once they get here, is you're basically being evaluated with everything you do, and that doesn't include what you do on the baseball field. We tell our guys when they come in, you're being evaluated for life. So when you get out there into the workforce and you're interviewing for a job, guess what they're going to do? They're going to pull up your Twitter, they're going to pull up your Instagram, Facebook, everything, and try to find, okay, is there something that we need to know about this guy, moving forward as a person? Because what you put out there on the social media definitely says a lot about you.
So important. I think it's something that maybe is not even talked about enough. Let's get to. I want to talk about the school and the facility real quick because there's a lot of people who have no idea where Macomb, Illinois is and what Western Illinois University baseball is. Give us like your pitch on what is the Leatherneck baseball program. Talk about the facilities.
Facilities. Al Boyer, one of our big donors and supporters of the program, donated quite a bit of money. I'm not sure in the specific year, which I should know, but it was right around 06, 07. He put a lot of money into this program because he's an alum and he really believes in it. And we have a beautiful stadium. It's a great place to watch a game. It's very intimate, and from an athletic baseball field standpoint, it's definitely a great place to be. And then you add in the factor of Macomb's a small town. I think that only benefits it more because there's so many people in this community. I learned that right away. As soon as I got here, I had so many people reaching out on my drive over, for my first day of work when I was leaving Indianapolis to come here. There's so many people reaching out about supporting and looking forward to meeting me, and it just shows that the small community really, gets behind Western Illinois baseball, but Western Illinois athletics too. That's why I tell our guys, everybody's gonna know you when you go around here, which can be, a really good thing, can be a bad thing. But at the end of the day, I think it's a great thing because there's so many people who are around that support the program that, with this nice facility they have, that we have here, you're going to be playing in front of some really good crowds. And it's unfortunate because, I haven't got to experience it yet, but that's all of our guys have been talking about is once we get to play at Boyer Stadium, it's a blast.
Awesome. That sounds fun to play in a small community where everybody knows you and you're playing for pride, It's the
Mm-hmm.
pride of, and now I got the name right, Macomb, Illinois.
Yeah.
I'll never butcher that one again, so I'm going to run 2 more diags today because I already screwed up a name on the last one. So I'm going to have a lot of running in my future.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right. Keeps you in shape during this time, right?
That's right. I need whatever I can get, and the little kids at home, my goodness. Hey, man, listen, we love having you guys on Team Easton. Western Illinois baseball program, excellent place. Leatherneck baseball. Your kids out there are class acts. You're a great new young coach. I think you'll do great there. Like, give us some last advice for a kid sitting at home, a parent, a coach, to get them through the next couple months before they get back on a field.
Yeah, I think, Coach Fowler touched on it too in the last segment is keep working hard. I know there's a lot of people who are out there who are working hard, and it's great to see. And understand that this is something that will pass, and we have to stay positive throughout it, because it's really easy, just like at the beginning and what we talked about earlier. It's really easy to fall into the whole, negative mindset with it all. You can't do this, you can't do that. Well, look at it in a different light and try to stay positive with it and look at what you can do. You get a chance to spend more time with your family, and you get a chance to work on something that you may not have before in these past couple months. So take the positives from it and run with it, because I think at the end of the day, that's what a lot of life is about. Is not just the wins and the losses, but staying positive and bowing through the adversity. Because at the end of the day, it will end, and we will be as close back to normal as possible, whatever that is. But at the end of the day, we also have to be positive with it.
We'll get back on the field. The best is yet to come. You're going to get that first dub next year, Coach Pascoe.
Absolutely.
Get fired up for that one. I'll be calling you as soon as you get that. That'll be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to get our guys back here. We have, like I said, we have a great group of guys here, and they're so fun to be around. They, not only them, but our coaching staff, our athletic administration, they make coming to work that much easier and much more fun. It's not really work. It's enjoyable.
That's right.
It's very cliche to say, but it's really true. And that's why I just can't wait to get around our guys and keep working hard with them.
Awesome stuff. Hey, I followed you guys on Instagram all year. WIU Baseball, I think, is what the handle was. And hey, the boys, they always looked like they were having fun. There were guys hitting missiles. They were playing good D. Like, dude, they were battling the whole year. So I enjoy following your program. I know everything you guys do. Pumped to have you on with us today, Coach Pascoe. Wish you the best. Stay ready, stay safe. Pass it on to the kids, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on here, and thanks for such a great product. Our guys love the gloves, love the bats. It's great, and our catchers really love the purple equipment you hooked us up with. So
nice.
Easton's such a great product, and I'm pumped to continue moving forward with you guys.
We got some magic coming this year. You'll see in a few weeks.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
All right. Hey, stay ready, guys. Coach Pascoe, thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next time.
All right, take care. We'll see you.
Bye.